Good morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Monday, the 13th of September, 2021. We're about 15 days from the start of New York Knicks training camp. I hope you're all healthy and COVID-free today. I hope your family is healthy and COVID-free, and that the needs of your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, and health are all being met. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, trying to save lives. Blessings upon those that pick up garbage for us, keep our places clean. Blessings upon those that make deliveries for us, for our convenience. Double blessings on those trying to deliver boys and girls, men and women, children from child molestation, pedophilia, child prostitution, human trafficking, and sex trade operations. And curses upon those that practice and support these disgusting industries. Finally, blessings upon the homeless. 600,000 men, women, children, families, veterans in the United States, and the numbers are growing. Millions around the world, including in Haiti and the Philippines. Blessings upon them, and blessings upon those that are trying to help, for theirs is the kingdom. As I mentioned, about 15 days from the start of New York Knicks training camp. I just came back from vacation. I have been in Mexico for about 10 days. Had a really nice time. I want to thank you all for your prayers and support on that. And we talked about already, we discussed several things about the Knicks coming into the season. We talked about Julius Randle. We talked about the importance of Mitchell Robinson. We talked about the addition of Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker. Interesting how when you look at the Knicks' projected starting lineup of R.J. Barrett, Evan Fournier, Kemba Walker, Mitchell Robinson, and Julius Randle, you're talking about really four scorers around Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson and four scorers. Now, I know, for example, oftentimes when you have a dominant center like a in prime Dwight Howard, for example, you'd have teams that would surround a guy like that with shooters, right? So that he would get the ball on the low block and be pretty much unstoppable. And then if he get double teamed, he would kick it out, and there would be shooters open that would knock down jump shots. That's shooters. There's a difference between shooters and scorers. A shooter is pretty much like Reggie Bullock, a spot up player, somebody that is going to spot up on a position on the floor and catch and shoot. And if he gets a clean look, he's generally pretty good at knocking down the shot, 40% 3-point shooter or better generally. Those are your shooters. Like, I mentioned Reggie Bullock as one. There's been others like Kyle Korver. These are shooters that just and then there are guys that are really, really good shooters, like Bogdanovich from Atlanta, that can not only hit the shot on the spot up, but also hit it off the dribble as well from deep. That's a different class, but these are shooters that, like I said, spot up generally, are not dangerous off the dribble, but are very dangerous with an open look on a spot up. A scorer is a player that will get buckets. And he will get buckets in a variety of ways. He will get buckets any kind of way he can. And he's successful at getting buckets. He gets buckets backdoor into the basket, off the ball, on the ball, off the dribble, on the dribble. Spot up. He'll get buckets whatever kind of way he can, but when you accumulate the total number of plays he has made, he's going to score 18, 20 points because he's going to get his buckets, right? He's not going to get it in just one way. He's going to get it on the break, off a steal. This is a guy that gets buckets. Those are scorers. And four of them, you have Julius, Kemba, Evan, and RJ, are bucket getters. All of them can get buckets. Now, RJ is what we're talking about today. And we talked again about the importance of a healthy Julius Randle. If you have a healthy a healthy Mitchell Robinson. You have a healthy Mitchell Robinson, playing at the level that I believe he can play on at least 72 games this season, the Knicks are top 4 in the East with a healthy Mitchell Robinson. But let's not discount the importance of a continued step forward for R.J. Barrett. R.J. Barrett just turned 21. This is only his 3rd year in the league. From the beginning, I have been comparing him to a better version of Jimmy Butler. And I want you to just, check out Jimmy Butler's career arc versus R.J. Barrett's career arc, and you'll see what I mean in terms of at least statistics, but the eye test says the same thing. When Jimmy Butler came into the league, he was 22 years old. 22 years old. RJ is in his 3rd year and is just turning 21. Jimmy Butler's rookie year, he played for the Chicago Bulls. He played 42 games. He didn't start any of them. He got 8.5 minutes a game. He averaged 2.6 points per game. And 44% from the field, and 77% from the line, 18% from 3. Jimmy Butler, $100 million player in his rookie year. In his 2nd year, age 23, he played in all 82 games. He started 20 games. His minutes went from 8.5 minutes a game under Tom Thibodeau to 26 minutes a game. His points went from 2.6 points per game to 8.6 points per game. His 3-point percentage went from 18% to 38%. Shot 49% from the field. He shot 80% from the line. I said age 23 again. R.J. Barrett is 21. In Jimmy Butler's 3rd year at age 24, he started 67 games and he played 67 games. He played 39 minutes a game and he averaged 13 points a game. He averaged 13 points. He shot 46% from the field, 77% from the line, 28% from 3 in his 3rd season. Okay? In his 3rd season at age 24. In his 4th season at age 25, he averaged 20 points a game. He shot 38% from 3 again in his 4th season at age 25. He started 65 games, played 39 minutes a game again. He averaged 6 rebounds. Really good season, 20 points a game. In his 4th season at age 25. Here is R.J. Barrett in his 3rd season at age 21. In R.J. Barrett's 1st season at age 19. In his 1st season at age 19. R.J. Barrett averaged, let's take a look. R.J. Barrett at 14 points a game. He shot 61% from the free throw line. He shot 43% from the field. He shot 32% from 3. He started 55 games and played 30 minutes a game his rookie year. In his rookie year. At age 19. At age 20, last year, his 2nd year, he averaged 18 a game. Last year. 44% from the field. 40% from 3. At age 20. Last year. Okay? He shoots 75% from the line. He averages 6 boards a game, 3 assists a game. At age 20. Last year. Here is R.J. Barrett now. At age 21. You see what I mean when I say a better version of Jimmy Butler? Now, here is R.J. Barrett. At age 21. He's going to get the minutes. He was getting 35 minutes a game last year. He got 30 minutes a game his rookie year. He's going to be in that 30 to 35 minute a game minute this year. No question. R.J. Barrett's a scorer. He's always been a scorer. All his life, he's been a scorer. And when the competition is good, he rises to the occasion. And I like to use the matchup against Ben Simmons as an example for R.J. Barrett because the first time he faced Ben Simmons last year, Ben Simmons locked him up. Ben Simmons just straight locked him up. And Ben Simmons, of course, is an all-NBA defender. We're talking about R.J. Barrett being a future all-star, so, that's what it is. Ben Simmons locked him up. And they beat the Knicks 89, I think it was 101-89 or some ridiculous number like that. They beat the Knicks pretty handily in the first meeting last year. There was Philly against the Knicks. They beat them in the first meeting pretty handily last season. And RJ, I think he only scored. I want to say he only scored 6 points or something like that. I mean, it was a real Ben Simmons did a job on RJ last year. But the second game, the Knicks lost that game also by 1 point. It was 101-100. It was an overtime game. And the Knicks lost the game by 1 point. Let me see. I'm looking up the first game. The first game, they lost 109-89. They lost by 20. It was a horrible game. And Ben Simmons played a critical role, again, in putting the lock on RJ. And Ben himself scored 15 points. He had 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks. It was a floor game, man. It was a tremendous floor game. And so, Well, meanwhile, RJ Barrett he scored 10 points, but he was 2 of 15 from the field, 0 of 6 from 3, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 turnovers. It was a bad game for RJ, and it was because of Ben Simmons. Okay. Then they played again. I think they only played twice last year. And the second game, as I mentioned, was an overtime loss. But RJ really, he really played well in that second game. And like I said, it was an overtime loss to Philly. Let me see here. It was in March. They played at Philly. It was a loss. Hold on, let me see here. Make sure I get this correct. They actually played Philly 3 times. Yeah, the third time was an overtime loss. They played at Philly the second time in March. And let's see here. RJ in that game scored 17 points. He was 7 of 17 from the field. He's being more aggressive. He still was 0 for 1 from 3. Didn't shoot many threes. He didn't shoot the free throw line well, 43%. He had 8 rebounds, 4 assists. And again, the Knicks lost that game as well. They lost to Philly in that game as well. In fact, we lost all 3 games to Philly last year. Then, again, they played a couple of nights later in the Garden, and that's the overtime loss. So Philly beat us 3 times. But RJ, I'm trying to highlight his progression. So he had 10 points the first game, 17 the second game. Third game, he played 39 minutes. This was the overtime loss. He scores 19 points. Again, he's 0 for 3 from the 3-point line, but he's 9 of 17 from the field, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 19 points. See, so what I'm saying is, against even the toughest competition, the boy gets better. He figures out what happened, and he comes back with a vengeance. He doesn't shy away. Because Ben Simmons did a tremendous job locking him down in the first game. He didn't shy away from that the second 2 games. He got better, okay? And this is typical of RJ Barrett. This is what my point is. It's typical of him. So that this year, at age 21, I would not be surprised if he averaged 20 a game. He averaged 18 last year. Now you say, well, you got Kemba, right? You're true. You got Evan Fournier, right? You got Julius, obviously. But I'm telling you, watch RJ Barrett. Because if he does get 20 points a game this year, he's going to be an all-star. And if we have all-star RJ at age 21 in his 3rd year, the Knicks are going to be really good. They're going to be really good. I mean, don't let Mitchell Robinson play Mitchell Robinson basketball for 72 games. The Knicks are going to be really good. I'm not even dealing with what Kemba Walker brings to the table. The thing is, RJ is just development away from not being guardable one-on-one. He can still be guarded. As I said, Ben Simmons locked him up last year, but he's developing. He came into the league, as we know, being almost impossible to stop going to his left when everybody in the world knows he's going to his left. Almost impossible to stop at that point. There were times, as you've seen, where we needed a basket and everybody in the world knows he's going to his left, and he got there anyway. You can't stop a guy. See, those are the type of guys. You know what he's going to do, and you still can't stop it. And he can go to his right now. Started last year, missing, put them Ray Charles glasses on, was missing from three, like he was Ray Charles shooting threes. But then at the second half of the year, he came on from the 3-point line. That's why Tom Thibodeau would love this kid, because he's a hard worker. He's always improving. And when the competition gets tough, he gets tougher. So you take a RJ Barrett and you put a 20-point scorer there at the 3 spot. A guy that now, if he all he is development away, I'm telling you, from being unguardable. Because nobody can guard Kemba Walker one-on-one. I mean, nobody. Even right now, nobody could guard Kemba Walker one-on-one. Nobody could guard Derrick Rose one-on-one. Nobody can guard Julius Randle one-on-one. You got 3 players right there that cannot be guarded one-on-one by anybody. Okay? If you try to guard Julius Randle one-on-one, I don't care who you put on him, he's going to kill you. Same with Kemba. It's getting ready to be RJ. Same with D Rose. Okay? And so, a development, and see, we talked about a healthy Mitchell Robinson. With RJ, he's been very healthy, very Iron Man-like in his first 2 seasons, playing, 80 games or whatever he played. What did he play? Last year, what was it? Last year he wouldn't have played 80 games. There wasn't 80 games. But he played 72 games last year. He averaged 35 minutes a game last year. He played 56 games, started 55 games his rookie year, played 30 minutes a game. This kid he's strong. He's a strong boy. Now, people criticize him because he's not like uber athletic like a John Morant. It's not saying he's not athletic. RJ is athletic. He's just not a 40-inch vertical riser like a John Morant. But he makes up for that because he's extremely strong. He got a strong body. Okay? And he knows how to use that bully ball. Okay? So, just like Jimmy Butler. Now, you give him that 3-point shot again. You give him another year of confidence and development, and we're going to have a problem. The league's going to have a problem. Okay? So, with a healthy Mitchell Robinson and a third-year development of RJ Barrett, I'm not even dealing with Evan Fournier yet. The Knicks are going to be a real problem in the East. And they're going to be saying how much of a surprise it is. Because people are, for some reason, people been dissing on RJ for when he came in the league, for when he got drafted 3rd overall. People been 2nd overall. People been dissing on him. It was 3rd overall. Sorry, people been dissing on him for when he got drafted 3rd overall. Okay, and I myself was not high on him coming out of Duke. I have to admit, I was not. I'm not saying I didn't think he was gonna be no scrub, but I didn't think he would get his jump shot off. I didn't think he could be pushing NBA players around in bully ball like that. Okay, and I was wondering if he was going to develop on defense. Well, I was wrong. I'm glad to admit I was wrong. He can bully ball NBA players. He's bully balled the toughest of them. He can score in the NBA and NBA speed, and he can defend at a high level. And he's getting better each year. Okay, I have to admit also, it didn't take me long to realize that this was all true when I saw him first. I think it was his first 2 games as a Knick under David Fizdale. I was wowed by what he was able to do at 19 in the NBA. And so here he is now at 21. I'm expecting a step forward. I would not be surprised if he was a 20-point scorer this year. See, Kemba Walker on one knee can score 18 a game. I mean, that's how good Kemba is. Okay. And so I am not counting on Kemba to be there for the full season. I'm acting like Kemba's going to get knee problems at some point, and then we're going to need to make some adjustments at the point guard. I'm already counting that. Because if Kemba is healthy and scores Kemba 22 a game, I don't even want to talk about it because please. I'm already discounting Kemba. But I'm not discounting RJ. RJ's going to come to play. I'm expecting 20 a game from him. I'm expecting a healthy Mitchell Robinson for the whole season. I'm expecting another 22 points a game out of Julius with 8 or 9 or 10 boards. And I'm expecting Julius to shoot in the upper 30s from 3-point range, 38%. I'm expecting RJ to shoot upper 30s, 38% from 3. I'm expecting Evan Fournier to get his. He's another scorer. And Evan Fournier's a dude, again, he gets buckets. He gets buckets either driving, cutting back door, running off the ball, on the break, on the jump shot, off the dribble, on spot up. Evan Fournier's a bucket getter. Okay? And Evan Fournier, the thing about it, Evan Fournier's in his prime right now. This is the best of Evan Fournier you got. And the Knicks signed him in his prime years. This is the thing. They signed Evan Fournier in his prime years and Julius Randle in his prime. We don't have RJ Prime yet. He's 21. He's about 5 years away from prime RJ. We's about 4 years away from prime Mitchell Robinson. I hope the media sleeps on the Knicks. Keep sleeping on them. Keep seeing how bad they're going to be or how they're going to barely make this play. And please keep doing that. Because we're going to be surprising. Not really, though. Because if you look at it really objectively, if you look at it really critically, a healthy Mitchell Robinson, a continued third-year development of RJ Barrett, a continued improvement of Julius Randle. We're not talking about Kemba and Everett. If you put any of the guys we got on the bench, I mean, you want to start Derrick Rose, you want to start IQ at point guard, you want to start Deuce McBride, you want to put Quentin in there, you want to put Alec Burks in there. With them three, we rough, man. We rough. And then you still got Nerlens Noel, you still got Taj Gibson, you still got Obi Toppin. I ain't even talk about Obi. But don't let RJ be all-star RJ this year. Because then the NBA's in trouble. The Eastern Conference is in trouble. Because the Knicks, we here. Okay, we already said it. We here. Okay, and I'm so excited about the upcoming training camp. Because I'm excited. Really, my favorite player on the Knicks now, it was Frank. Frank's not here no more. It's Deuce. And I'm excited to see what Deuce is going to bring in the training camp. I'm excited to see. I'm waiting for the Mark Berman articles. Deuce McBride's been really killing IQ in the training camp. I'm waiting for that because I know that's coming. I'm excited. I hope you all are excited too. The Knicks are going to be playing basketball again in about 15 days, which seems like forever, but you know, and I know it goes by fast. So, yes, RJ Barrett, I'm expecting him to be a very key piece this year, even above Kemba and Evan Fournier. And if he is what I'm saying he's going to be, the Knicks got something. Y'all have a good Monday. Be safe out there. Shalom.